Peasant Productions presents the Math of ESP. Why it works even if you don't believe in it. Kind of a rambling little bit here, but we're going to touch on a variety of things, and maybe I'll have that. Play with this for a minute here. As I pointed out way back at the beginning of the Math of ESP stuff here, you know, devil, you reverse it, you got the word lived. And everybody now fully blames the other person, somebody behind them, somebody else. It's somebody else's fault. The idea of blaming somebody else, or the NIMBY, not in my backyard, where you scoot them on the bus down the road type of thing. The guaranteed reoccurrence of criminal behavior because you take them out of, you put them in prisons, which all you do basically is teach them more crimes because they're completely surrounded by criminals, and they're treated pretty piss poor. And yes, I've been there, so I do know. Well, I haven't been in an actual real big prison, but I was in a prison. They were trying to say I was mentally ill, so it was a mental prison, which was supposed to be a little bit more sane. But hey, doctors threatening to kill you if you want to talk about your human rights, I guess it's not very sane in a mental hospital. The thing is that you have all this stuff going on where you send the person right back into the same place that they left, so you guarantee that, you know, they're going to be there. The amusing factor, I guess, I would have to throw in here to show you how much they actively pursue this. While I was in prison the second time, my house got sold. I had been growing medical marijuana, and they, we did a little side deal of, yeah, you confiscate my stuff and I'll walk away with no charges on it. Obviously, the human rights was much more important to me than, you know, the growing equipment or the idea of even being bothered with the divide and conquer of fighting for that stuff in court because I was medical marijuana. But the thing is that when I got out 18 months later, and the new owner of the property actually let me walk onto it and see that some of my stuff had been saved, and though I had nothing but my truck to live in, you know, I was welcome to take some of the stuff. And one of the things I did was just kind of walk into my grow rooms and, you know, kind of say goodbye to them because they were quite a bit of fun and enjoyable. And I know sitting up on the shelf in absolute plain view is the packet of my seeds. I was a grower, and I obviously crossbred my own stuff. And sure enough, yeah, it was my packet of seeds, which of course that's 15 years ago. They're long since gone now. But the thing was, is they obviously were saying, "Oh, here, you're a drug addict. You'll go do this, run into this right away, and start doing drugs again." And of course, you're on probation, so you'll be picked up and arrested and thrown in prison. That didn't happen, obviously. The same sort of thing goes on with the public, where you are constantly being divided amongst yourselves. And one of the places this is most obvious is the Black Lives Matter, Women Matters, you know, save the polar bear, save the walrus, stuff like this. I've touched on this quite a few times, but you people don't really stop to comprehend that you are literally being pulled in all. You don't get the comprehension that you're being pulled in all these different directions by these people on purpose. Your media, your top media, your planning executives, your CEOs, the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and the Sinclair Broadcasting and all of the mega corporations that currently own your media, they arrange who and what they're going to do. And then they play it out circus for you in the mass media, and of course they know that 80% being followers will immediately follow whatever side they're supposed to. So that's how you get things all divided up, and you literally become an entire planet where you're always blaming somebody behind you, and you can actually sit there with 7 billion of you on a planet doing absolutely everything you can to destroy the environment, claim that you have absolutely no effect on the environment. You know, so in that sense, you know, like I say, you know, and this isn't a new thing. This has been said many times, many places. But the paradigm shift, the mindset shift, the paradigm shift is literally what you need to facilitate now. You need to create a miracle. That miracle is creating a paradigm shift in yourselves. It's not believing in me. It's waking up enough to go look at the facts and realize the atrocity that is just starting, and you don't have any way to stop it. I mean, there's nothing you can do there. I mean, you have to literally go live in a bubble for the rest of your life. Nothing enters, nothing exits. You're inside your own little enclosed sphere, yes. Now, obviously, that doesn't last very long, no matter how much fun the places in the world, the movie actors and such have done the, you know, the bubble boy and stuff like that, and it looks like it's all kinds of fun. So you absolutely need a miracle now. You need to figure out what to do. You've just had a tsunami. I think they're up to like 1,000 dead, and about 20 major coastal cities yet to even be looked at. Okay. You don't have anybody putting energy into this really, because you are way too busy worrying about fashion or having an iPhone, or, you know, do you have the dress or the suit that looks like the, you know, the famous actor, or, you know, whatever type of thing. So you're 100% in the physical realm because you're only worried about your physical situation and your ego, your arrogance that you have. And as I keep pointing out, you know, everywhere on the planet there's major issues, major problems, major catastrophes. There's no place to run. Because of this virus mutation situation, which is going on right now. It's happening, okay? They're already finding stuff mutating from, you know, just being transmitted through animals to humans that wasn't there, you know, a year ago, okay? You're having a lot of this happen all over, and most of these governments, you look at what they're doing, like with the weather, you know, channels and stuff. You know, all the weather channels are literally only telling you little bits and pieces and little chunks, and they're not giving you any warning days in advance because they don't know what to do. And then North Carolina, South Carolina are sitting here 2 weeks after the hurricane hit, a week, 2 weeks after the hurricane hit, and they haven't stopped having the floods. The people haven't even got back in their houses in thousands upon thousands of homes. Thousands upon thousands of acres. Agriculture underwater. Thousands of acres of factory farming of pigs and chickens and, you know, turkeys and who knows whatever else, you know, cattle and sheep and goats and stuff like that are probably obliterated, dead, rotting. The feces ponds that these places had, you know, have been, you know, washed somewhere downstream to mix in with everything else. Homes and places like that having, you know, cans of paint in their shed in the backyard, and you know, pesticides and herbicides and who knows what else. I mean, I've been a homeowner. I've had a pretty lousy looking shed from time to time in my life. You know, there's things that are possible, okay? Matter of fact, I once bought a house that had a sack of poison sitting underneath the thing because the bag was already rotted. I was looking at it like, good grief, well, yeah, I could even try and move the thing, and I'm going to get coated in this stuff. So, You know, there's a whole entire litany of things that are going wrong right now. And like I said, even the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and the Elon Musks who are shooting little light sail toys up into space and like, oh, we're so wonderful because we're building toys. They don't have any way to do anything other than what I'm saying, which is absolutely mobilize everybody possible on the planet. You can't hide the facts. You got to get it out in the open. You got to make people understand that this is an outright emergency. This ship is sinking, and you have only a few minutes before you're going to be up to your butts in water. So that's what I say. It's quite funny, and it's extremely sad to sit here and realize that, you know, in 1960, 58 years ago, I was informed that I was going to be in, you know, kind of this position. I would be witnessing this. I wasn't quite really prepared for the idea that so much of the human race was going to exterminate itself, and I would be suddenly asked to try, and since I had decided that, you know, you can kind of call the humans their own devil, that the gods were going to turn around and say, well, you're designed to beat the devil. Why don't you see what you can do and see if you can save a few? So it's, you know, it's not a guarantee I'll save all 7 billion of the people on the planet, but it sure the heck beats the heck out of the idea of just jumping off the ship into the water by yourself and trying to swim for land that's, you know, 1 million miles away. You know, so that's why I say it's very much all in line with what I'm showing here. Coffee, the true water of life. Okay, I'm talking about some things here where you know, the time travel and all that. As you can see, you're not going to get that. Okay, you can't stop time and go backwards. But you know, I get down here where I forget what all I was talking about, but you know, you put all this stuff together, and you know, you just really got to have yourself in the right place and frame what you were doing. I'll have to go back and look what I was talking about. I had the word dad in there, so brother, you know, that was what I got right there. You know, there's a good possibility I was talking about how people beating the snot out of me all through life. And here I am being asked to actually rescue you guys. Aye. Foolishness, yes. But when you work for gods, they do ask foolishness sometimes. So think about it, and remember, you're running out of time. The paradigm shift is that you all have to cooperate. You don't have to like each other, but you do have to cooperate. Like I said, I don't really have any reason to like the human race. You've been pretty dismal as far as I'm concerned. The flip side of that is, of course, that I'm just, you know, I'm out here helping everybody, and you know, rather jokingly, you know, Soros or Rothschilds or somebody like that, you know, they wanted to put some money in my hand. How many of you people out there that are anti-Rothschild and anti-Soros and anti-Clinton and anti-Trump and all the other stuff, how many of those of you would end up receiving help from me because of it? Okay, so that's what I will do whatever I can to try and facilitate something without actually bending my morals and my ethics. But I don't have any problem with accepting donations from somebody as disgusting as them right now, knowing that they're going to benefit from the fact that as long as I'm talking, they have just as easy an access. Like I said, I've been under FBI and CIA surveillance so much of my life, I can't even get paranoid about it. So what? They're watching. I work for gods. They're always watching to them, even when you're asleep in your head, yes. Why be paranoid, man?